Hopefully I'm not really loud. So, I'm doing the mic different today, so let me know if I'm too loud or not loud enough. And I might be able to not use headphones today, because I might have fixed it, but I don't know. Oh god, that's my touchpad is like, it's not like me. Rip, why rip? Did we rip? What's happening? Are we here? Are we alive? We're happening? Okay. No, anything was happening. Oh, yeah, it is. So Jay got me this shirt for my birthday slash for Christmas. I don't know which one it counted towards, but whichever one. So I like it because I'm wearing it. um, but are we good with sounds at the moment? I want to see if I can go without headphones though, because like it looks like it's not picking it up without my headphones in, which would be great. But now I think I need to turn it up for me and down for you. How's that? Does that work? And it only these. And Jay, I don't really know what we're doing yet this weekend. Probably just gonna like go around the city, I guess. We don't really have like specific plans. Kind of just gonna wing it probably, unless she came up with anything that she wants to do. But I don't think there's really anything planned yet. Um, it looks like the mic isn't picking up the music when I'm not talking. I think we should be okay. If it sounds like an echo and it's annoying in some way, let me know and I'll go back to headphones. So I'm gonna hold off on doing the turtleneck yet until I get a zipper. Right now, I have a couple zippers, but they're black ones. I want to see if I can find a red one, because the black ones I had gotten in case I needed them for the Sailor Pluto boots, but I didn't end up using them. So I need to get zippers. So in the meantime, I'm gonna hold off on making the turtleneck. So for tonight, I'm going to start off with making the little like gem that she has on the front. So I'm gonna make it out of resin, but first I need to make a mold for the resin. So the last time I did it, I just used polymer clay, but I still have this leftover paper clay from my Sailor Pluto staff. And blah, blah, blah. I need to stop losing my train of thought in the middle of things. So I have this left over from my Sailor Pluto staff. It's gonna dry out eventually, so I want to try and use it up for something instead of letting it go to waste completely. So I'm gonna just use this. The downside to this is that it takes a couple days to dry, so I can't like move on to the next steps until this is dry. But what? No. Here, let me. There you go. And hi Shadowcrone, and hi Valerian Rose, or hopefully that's right. I am in America, and I guess I was born in America, so I guess my nationality is American. I don't really know where I came from before that. What about blackjack and the hookers? What? I'm pretty sure the hookers is probably what set off the automod. You're gonna tell my mama llama? Um, but it's hard to get good pictures. I have a bunch of different reference pictures, but she's got that gemstone right there. So that's what I'm talking about. It's kind of almost a heart shape. I'm also really close to the microphone now. It's kind of a heart shape, but like not exactly a heart shape, but heart shape-ish. So I'm gonna start with that. And I'm gonna try not to go super late tonight because I have to go to bed at some point to go to work in the morning. But I have a tendency to get started on things and then I just keep going forever, so we'll see, I guess. Wait, which one is a Futurama reference? Oh, the black jackets and hookers. I don't remember that part. I'm blanking on that one. I haven't I haven't been watching Futurama in a while. I'm not sure if it still comes on at all or not. We just got cable again because we just changed over to AT&T and now we have cable again. I do not know French words. Yeah, I remember it being like over and like canceled or whatever a while back. And that might have been before we got rid of the cable. I don't remember now. I guess I'll move this chat down a little bit. Darren! I just streamed 2 days in a row. I actually like came back today like I said I might. I'm not sure how I'm a sellout though. I could see the slacker part. Okay, so let me do something with this clay, I guess. I need to kind of decide, like, what size it is. This is probably too much. Man, now Link Wolf thinks I'm a sellout too. Man, you're using LEDs too? I have not tried using LEDs. I've considered attempting it at some point. I was kind of thinking, I need to like turn this into something so it doesn't start drying. um, one of my potential costume plans was, or is, I guess, to do Breath of the Wild Link, like in the blue tunic, and have like the Sheikah slate as a prop. There was a tutorial on YouTube I saw where someone made the Sheikah slate and showed how to make it, and they used LEDs in that, so I was like, oh, maybe I could start there. Hi, why not? Overall, let me switch my scene real quick, because I had the picture on it. I'm making this character from Sailor Moon, and she is one of the main villains from Season 2, which is Sailor Moon R. And so right now I'm making the gemstone that is on the front of her shirt in between the vest. It's kind of hard to see it there. It's kind of heart-shaped-ish, but not quite. Well, I did finish the Sailor Pluto costume, and I am still going to be wearing it. Yay, everything is working this time. Even though it's fighting with the Backstreet Boys now. Was it loud too? Oh man, gross. Thank you guys for hosting. I don't know how that sounded to you guys, but to me it sounded like it was really fighting with the Backstreet Boys. But it turned out really well. Here's the staff right behind me. Part of it anyway. Here's half of it. The other half is over here too. But here it is. And actually entered the costume contest, and I entered in the novice division, and I actually won. So it turned out really well. So I'm using, so this is the same kind of clay that this is. So that's why I have this left over, so I'm just using this since I have it. Another magic dance! Link Wolf! Thanks for hosting the magic dance! Host stream! So, what you guys are telling me is I should stream earlier when everybody's awake. That seems to be the gist of what I'm getting here. Oh, and like last time, I got a cup of water. This is like an ancient, like, Olive Garden cup from way back in the 90s. But I got a cup of water to use with the clay because it helps smooth it out and keep it from drying out before I want it to. I had people here yesterday. Yeah, like you and Jay. And then Shadow Crone came along. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the shape that I need out of this clay, and then I'm trying a different mold maker this time than I used last time. Last time I used um, like a liquid latex kind of deal that you paint on, and you paint really thin layers over and over and over again, and it builds up eventually into a latex mold, and then you can use that mold to pour the resin into. But using that type of latex was taking forever because you have to wait for every layer to dry in between. Like when I made the gems for Sailor Pluto, it took me like 2 weeks to make them from start to finish because I had to wait for everything to dry, and the resin takes forever to dry, and the resin was also a learning process because I had never made resin gems before, so I had to try really hard and try 50 million different times to figure out how I wanted to color them and how to not get bubbles in it. So I'm gonna try this different mold builder. I saw this one from um, Alice and Tabitha, who's also a cosplayer, and she has really freaking amazing costumes. Like, she is like doppelganger level of cosplay. Like, if you see a picture of her, you'll think that she just popped out of the movie, and you have to like take a second look to realize that it's not the person from the movie. So, if you've never heard of Alice and Tabitha, you should like search for her right now to see what I'm talking about. Um, she has like a super amazing Jack Sparrow cosplay. Like, she legitimately looks like Johnny Depp when she's in that costume. And then she also has an Edward Scissorhands cosplay too, and a whole bunch of others. But anyways, she put up a tutorial for how she made one of the belts for her Jack Sparrow costume, like one of the belt buckles, and she used this kind of mold builder stuff for that. And it's kind of like a two-part clay. So once this would be dry, I'd use the other two-part clay mold builder stuff, and then and then you smush it over it to make a mold. Then you pour the resin into that mold. So, but like her makeup is like, and she puts up tutorials for how she does her makeup, and even though I like watch her do it in front of my eyes, I'm still like, how? Yeah, are you looking at it right now? Yeah, I had to open the image because I thought it was actually Johnny Depp. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I'm really jealous. Like, I'm happy for her, but I'm also really jealous. Like, that's kind of what I would strive to want to do, but and she really likes Labyrinth too. And at one point in time, she had mentioned that like cosplaying Jareth is something that would eventually be a thing that she would do, but she just hasn't done it yet. I'm like really excited for that day and also dreading that day because it's gonna like blow me out of the water, and then I'm gonna be like, I will never live up to the cosplay senpai level of the Jareth cosplay. Okay, what size is this looking like? I need this for my own reference. Mine is buying a costume. Yeah, I feel like it's witchcraft. Why not? Is that you? You shouldn't yell into the microphone. I need to like, because this one seems to pick me up more than the other one. Yeah, actually, one time Evil Ted actually like hopped onto the stream and was like, "Hi, what are you making?" I was like, "Oh my God, are you Evil Ted?" And he was like, "Yep." But all I was making at the time was my L shirt, so it wasn't very exciting. Ori says the mic is occasionally picking up my music. I'm looking at it right now, I don't see it, but maybe this one isn't loud enough. I might be able to move this further away from my laptop. See if that helps. Or if I'm too loud now, let me know. So far this looks like poo-poo. Just... I mean, I guess the male ones do, right? And then once I get this shape looking like a shape, then I'm gonna try and make a pattern for the vest. If it doesn't take the whole 5 hours to make this into a shape. Shape doesn't look like a shape. Here, maybe I'll bring up the chat on here so that I can see it easier without looking back and forth. Okay, well, let me see what you guys have been saying without yelling into the microphone. That's like no delay, that's cool. It did last week. Angels definitely have wieners. Good to know. But yeah, we were hoping that our internet would be better now. We had Cox before, and it seemed like our internet was really poopy and it would cut out a lot, and like if I was on my phone, I'd have to switch to my phone data all the time, like just to load a web page. It was really annoying. So we just switched to AT&T and we're hoping it's better now. It's at least cheaper overall, because now we have cable again for like the same price as what we were paying before, for just internet. Now we have internet and cable again. So we're hoping that the internet will end up being better with AT&T. I honestly didn't miss having cable. Because no, I wasn't really watching anything on cable anymore. I started to mostly just watch YouTube, Twitch, and stuff on Hulu. And now that we have it back again, I still was like, oh look, Cartoon Network is still playing Teen Titans Go for 5 hours straight. And I like Teen Titans Go, but it's like, wow, this is the same thing they were doing like a year ago. And then you go to Boomerang and it's like, oh look, they're playing Tom and Jerry for 5 hours straight. And I like Tom and Jerry too, but not for 5 hours straight. I'm like, what? Okay. Like, there are so many other shows that could be played on Boomerang to not play the same show for 5 hours straight. I know, I like Tom and Jerry, but it's like, I don't want Tom and Jerry for 5 hours with nothing else playing in between. For like years. I'm starting to look like a shape now. Starting to look like a thing. Kinda, sort of. Just hopefully it's not getting like too big. Because then I'm gonna have to kinda sort of start again. if I need to chop a bunch of this off. Hard to tell. I guess that could work. Need to like go look at my actual mirror, I think. There's a piece of cat hair in this. Actually, there's a couple pieces of cat hair in this. Wait. Yeah. Like, Boomerang is for the classic cartoons, but that's what I mean. Like, there's more classic cartoons than just Tom and Jerry. So much cat hair. It's probably just cat hair all over my table. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's so many Hanna-Barbera cartoons. And like back then when they were playing all those, I didn't have Boomerang. Now it's like, yay, we have Boomerang! Oh, look, they're playing Tom and Jerry forever, which is what Cartoon Network, the regular Cartoon Network, was already doing before that. It was like a few years back before I moved here. Cartoon Network in the morning pretty much was like Tom and Jerry, Scooby-Doo, and Looney Tunes. It's okay, I just turned 28. Yeah, Toonami Aftermath made me really happy when I found it. I don't know if I've actually ever seen Speedy Gonzales. I've always like heard of it as a phrase. Oh, and the other fun thing with the shape is, of course, like most things, different reference pictures have the shape drawn differently, so it's not always consistently the same shape either. It still has the same overall kind of heart-ish, but not shape. But sometimes it's like more. Sometimes it's more like version, where it's like wider and shorter, and sometimes it's more elongated and thinner. Also, that's what I really need, is I need like an above thing. I need like a thing that hangs over. That's probably what I need. He's culturally appropriate. Oh yeah. Just search above thing. I'm trying to make this so that it's more like tapered, I guess, or kind of like beveled, maybe-ish would be almost the right way of saying it, so that it's like thicker here and then gradually gets thinner, so that it's not just like really thick on the sides, that it like gradually goes down. What I'm trying to make happen, so that it looks more like rounded instead of just like a hunk of clay. Looks like frosting. Link Wolf, what is your age? You're 12. No, you're not. Was it like, hi, I'm 12? I mean, it's always a good time for cake. I also probably should have changed my title for today, because it still says let's make a bodysuit. I mean, we're kind of doing something related to the bodysuit, but... Welcome, everybody! Thanks for the raid, thanks for hosting! um, we are... yeah, well, um, so we are making on from Sailor Moon R, season 2 of Sailor Moon. Hopefully I'm not yelling in my microphone because I got too excited. um, she looks like this. And that's me with a green face paint. If you turn off your lights in your bathroom and say my name 3 times in the mirror, I will raid your stream. So that's what we were kind of working on. Yesterday we were working on the bodysuit. Today we are trying to make this into a shape. It's starting to almost look like a shape. It's the gemstone that she wears on like the front right here. It's kind of hard to see it in that picture, but it's like goes like this, and it's kind of like a weird shape that's like kind of a heart shape, but not a heart shape also. So I'm like, I don't know what it is really. And of course, reference pictures are like inconsistent, so I'm just kind of like trying to make it into something. Um, so yeah. Thanks for following, guys. I don't know why my freaking follow thing at the bottom doesn't like to update. And I have, did I close it? No, I didn't close it. I still have the app open, so it should be working. Let me try and just go down this list though. CK Cosplay, thank you, and Gypsy J, thank you, and Zon Zombie, thank you for following too. I don't know why my follow thing at the bottom doesn't like to work, because all the things in there that's supposed to make it work, but it's angry. So thank you guys. And thank you. It took like 3 hours both times because I tried it twice. That was my second attempt. And uh there's at least a little bit of a filter on it to make my skin look a little smoother than what it looked like in real life. And if you look closely, you can see in the corner of my eyes where when I put the eyelashes on last, I figured out that probably next time I want to put the eyelashes on before I paint my face, because when I put on my eyelashes, I think it was in this eye, um, I put it on like too close in the corner, so every time I blinked, they were like stabbing me, and then it made my eyes water, and then I kept trying to like fix it, and my eyes kept watering, and then it like made the face paint run off, and then the face paint rubbed off under my eyeball, and then I was like, crap! And I'm like trying to put it back on, but putting it back on just kept wiping it off more, and then I ended up just using it like dry and like dabbing it on there, like please, please, do something. So yeah, I never even wore false eyelashes until last year first. I made a Sailor Pluto costume before this one, and actually her hair is hanging out right here. Um, and for my Sailor Pluto makeup, that was the first time I ever wore false eyelashes. It actually wasn't as hard as I expected it to be. Like for my first attempt putting them on wasn't too bad. I mean, they weren't like completely glued on though. Like in the middle, they kind of were like separated, but they were on there enough to stay there, and it looked like they were there, so it worked. But yeah, if you're comfortable while you cosplay, you did something wrong. Yeah, my eyes kept watering because I kept trying to like move them around, and mostly it was because the little corner of it, like every time I blinked, would like poke my eyeball, and I was like, oh god. And I had to keep like putting more glue and trying to stick it back on again, and it didn't want to work very well. Also, I saw that somebody else followed. Who were you? And hopefully I'm not yelling in my microphone. Looks like Patty GD and Travin72, thank you for following. Yeah, I need to give myself like 3 hours minimum to get ready if I'm getting into a costume. Not even close to yelling? Are you being serious? There's not a Kappa face, so I guess I'll believe you. I feel like I got really loud because I got excited. And I keep getting closer to the microphone. Blake Wolf, you are already following. What are you doing? Okay, good. I'm glad that I'm appropriately volumed because it's usually a struggle to try and get everything to work right. And I know last weekend when I streamed, I didn't realize that it was using this microphone. I thought I was using that microphone in my laptop. And so every time I moved this one around, I would get like louder and quieter. And when I listened back to it, I realized that was happening. I was like, oh crap, that's good. You'll find I'm known to troll channels. Oh, you don't say. It's on this mic again. My laptop mic wouldn't let me like make the noise gate work. So that's why I tried tonight. I tried adding a noise gate and then I put it back to this one so that it would let me listen to the music without you guys hearing it through the mic. Although you might be able to hear it when I'm talking. Also, for you guys that just came in, I've got my phone right here too, so I can look at chat easier while I'm looking down at this. So I'm probably gonna go back to looking down. So if it looks like I'm not paying attention, I'm trying to pay attention. Yeah. As long as you guys can hear me. And the type of clay that I'm using is creative paper clay. Um, so I'm going to make this into the shape that I want, and then when this dries, I'll make a mold of it, and then I'm gonna use it to make a resin cast. And the last time I did this, I just used polymer clay, like regular Sculpey clay, but I just had this left over, and since it's an air drying clay, it's gonna go to waste if I don't use it eventually. And it does keep for a pretty long time. Like, I've just had it kept in this container since I was done with Sailor Pluto stuff. And I finished Sailor Pluto in March. Yeah, right? March? Yeah. And it still is usable since then. So it lasts for a long time. Like, it'll last for months, but eventually it'll dry out and get to a point where it'll still be squishable, but it's like really hard to use it at that point because it gets really crumbly and crackly. Um, I also use water with it, so got water in here, so that's why I keep sticking my fingers in this. If you used to see me like reaching over here and then like rubbing it. Raisin? Raisin cast. The resin cast will not be edible. I have an E in raisin, but it's silent. And also invisible. On a scale of 1 to America, how free are you for drinks? What? What is that even? How does it look that much like cake? It doesn't look like cake. um, I have like a actual cake, kind of, right here. It's cookie cake. 100% guaranteed you will eat my clay. Why not is the reason why we have to have those warnings on the Play-Doh. Does not turn into real food. This clay? I don't know. I'm a savage. What did I do? What did I say? By showing the actual cake. Mm, it's stuck. I need like a scoopy thing. Like a spatula. There we go. What? You did? Like for real? Well, you're in luck because I had to clean off the floor so that I could work on this cosplay. So technically, yeah, there's a spot on the floor for you. What? You said the same thing. Yeah, you might be sleeping in the dust of sand and clay, but I did vacuum since last time. Since the... Then again, I'm gonna have to sand this after it dries too. And this is how we're looking right now. Hopefully this is the right size and it's not getting too big. Otherwise I might need to like chop some of it off and then smooth it out again. Sanded clay. Is that what that was? A screenshot of the clay? Um, my mom's staying in a hotel that's like nearby. What was I just gonna say? I forget what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something. Not even you can be like you. I'm still feeling like the edges are too chunky, so that's what I'm trying to. And again, this might make it too big, so I might need to chop some of this off. I just imagined the like caterpillar guy from Alice in Wonderland. Who are you? Alice in Wonderland was one of the cartoons that actually scared me when I was little. Like when people say that like The Nightmare Before Christmas scared them, I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, they're Halloween people, but they're like friendly, happy, silly Halloween people, except for like Oogie Boogie and the ones that were supposed to be like the bad guys, like Lock, Shock, and Barrel. But I'm like, what? But like Brave Little Toaster, that is scary. That is terrifying. I still don't like to watch the Brave Little Toaster. Um, the freaking Blanky. I feel like I've even talked about this on stream before, but the freaking Blanky is so upset when the master leaves. Like, ugh. I can't. And then the air conditioning unit that like goes crazy and explodes. That's terrifying too. And then like the junkyard where all of the cars are like alive and singing about how they're about to be smushed. Like, nope, this is terrible. No, I don't want to watch it. But Alice in Wonderland also like felt scary. Like it wasn't trippy and like silly in a fun way. It was like scary land. Like I would not want to go there. And I think one of the parts that scared me the most was the part where that little like dog kind of creature thing that's like part broom starts sweeping away the path, and then she's just like in the middle of nothing, and the path is like just brushed away, and there's just nothingness. And I was like, this is terrifying. I don't know if I'd say the Brave Little Toaster's a musical. I'm not sure how, I forget how many actual songs there are, but I know when they get to the junkyard part, they sing. But I don't think there's like songs all throughout it, maybe? Or maybe there are, I don't know. Like I said, it scares the crap out of me, so I don't ever want to watch it. And then pretty much the majority of Don Bluth falls into that category, except that I like The Land Before Time, so I will watch The Land Before Time, and um, An American Tail I like enough to watch it more, but that one still is terrifying. The freaking that wee wee static weapon! That thing scared the crap out of me. Like, it still, like, triggers, like, an innate fear when I see the face on that thing. Like, who decided to make it look like that and look that terrifying? And, like, the animation style of it is, like, really strange and, like, ugh. Ugh. Like, whenever it came on when I was little, if I was watching that movie, like, I would make a pillow fort around myself and hide whenever that part came on because it scared me too much. And still just like makes me like when I look at it. Okay, I'm gonna go right behind my laptop. I'm gonna look at myself in my mirror so that I can see if this is kind of the right size and how this looks on me. Oh, so BRB. Here's what it is looking like. Wait, wait, wait. Okay. What are you guys talking about? And before I get a post-traumatic stress disorder attack on stream, you... Wait. We know someone who acts like the blanket, so it was funny when the blanket cried. So I think overall the shape is working. I think it's probably a little too, like, oh god, that's... Still have a bad tendency to stab the clay with my fingernails, even though I specifically just trimmed them before this. That's kind of what I do, like when people like are upset and stuff. But on the one hand, I almost feel like that kind of helps make some people feel better when you don't say anything, that you're just there. Because I kind of get like that too, because I'm like, oh, I need to think of something that would be the right thing to say. Oh god. I just put a big smush in it again. Yeah. And I guess I can just turn this off at the bottom since it doesn't want to work. So, womp, womp, womp. Ugh. This sounds an awful lot like K-pop. Because it is? Were you expecting there to not be K-pop this time? So yeah, I think the shape is mostly what I want. I think it's still kind of too thick though, but I might be able to just fix that with the sanding part. And just kind of sand it down more. But yeah, when you sand this clay, it makes a whole lot of dust. The dust is not edible. Oh yeah, why not? You love to listen to EXO, huh? Yeah, it is inhalable. It's not good to be inhaled, but it's inhalable. Okay, I think I'm gonna give up on this pretty soon. Trying to smooth out this little bump right here. I might need to put a little more clay over it. Think why not needs to get some real food. I don't know if you can get high on clay dust. It hasn't happened to me. Because it didn't. It didn't happen. Garbage wasn't a K-pop band, why not? What? It's like on my bucket list to eventually learn all the like lyrics to the verses of this song. I'm trying to cover up as many imperfections as I can before sanding. Same deal as the Sailor Pluto stuff. Because anything in this could get picked up by the mold maker and end up in the final one, which I don't want. It doesn't have a say. I mean, it does have a say, because there's only so much I can do to it, and if it decides to still, like, crack or something, then I can't stop it. But I'm trying to stop it. Okay, I might go with that and see how this goes. And then probably sand it down a little more so it's not as thick as this. This looks a little bit too thick, I think, when I have it on me. So here's our weird funky shape. Oh, it looks better like this. So there we are. Our weird kind of a heart, but not really a heart. So now, this will probably take, by tomorrow it'll be like solid, but it'll probably take until the next day to be like completely dry. So that's the downside of using this paper clay for this purpose, because if I was using Sculpting clay, I could go pop it in the oven right now and then continue on. But like I said, I still have like this much clay left that I still need to like find a purpose for so it doesn't go to waste. So it helps me sleep better at night, knowing that I gave the clay a purpose. Ugh. Okay, so I don't know where I should put this so that I don't smack it around while we do other things. Try to stick it on this table over here. Okay. Wait, what? Make a shark tooth necklace? Oh my god.